Usha said for the first time in the history of our fourth Republican dispensation, 2020 is the only election sa ye to ya yanji kaka pre and free obiaho. Fully funded by the Republic of Ghana. Asserting our true independence. Won't mean ka enya sadi. Uwie no a. Nhihye say omanfo a enni bie. Ya ye da fom. Ahokyere. One mo enya through the Give Me platform Momo isika. Na ya me ha me. I just say bia omo mo chiche isika no omo anche amana nso obi aso de. But they should publish these things. Because what is sika omo che 50 Ghana, 100 Ghana, 500 Ghana, 1,000 cities. P and I want more through the COVID-19 and alleviation enterprise support companies. Almost also 50,000, 100,000, 20,000. I Kwame, ya Ken and Associates ya apply via Sanka. But ebinum nyai. And also again, if there are no issues with appropriation, the one must fact check one. I don't see why you have not published those things. And I will share Maslock. Any one more baby Kodia way.
Make up forced vaccinations. So.
Kwame make up.
Baby, I'm no.
Make up.
Oh, actually,
make up.
Bra.
Parachuting is before.
Bra.
And the Sanya man in our so any sabi support for the scientific environment. Now, Mpanise de Ekodre no vaccines ni bi wo ho. Na chama je na nra mitie wo afide kakra. Nipa bi mpese on bewo. That's a reality.
Actually, utia bebre mpese bewo. Vaccines ni bi de call Volta regional expire.
Thank you. Na enra na mitie wo nkomo no em say na suggestion bi ba say say e wo 5 million na enye enough. The fact of the matter is that say nipa Kwame 11 million. Now 5 million vaccines. Now emu 1 million crown koya. E dey na be show say fisika sa kwotofo fro bra.
Because he can say.
Sika say Kwame, ka. Ana ka ye boy so no. Omanfo mfa mampani ho nto no. Ehun che no. Yes ye busa kra say dey na odi sika no ye. People are still asking, say, dear no, this cano ye. And I know you be say, be a ye moving cars, ye musa sano, nay be mude. What time away busa question? Sabi AFRC crow D 112 days, ewa bamu or Ghana animal, or no crobenya be a caman. It is Akasa say, or this canny ye den, or this canny ye den, sabi, and try a nina so. And the Yakodru says, ye, in the GSA. Yan she, mo biang wana. Kwame.
Come on.
Enra wu kasa oje adwenkyere free emranim fo binum ho. Your mind enhyehyɛ. O man hyehyɛ no usua bibia on constitutional and administrative law. Tumidie ayede ama executive no. O kwan sɛ otu anamon bi. Anamon no bi wo no mo a, yɛsɛ ansa na obetu no, ɛsɛ sɛ ɔkɔmra hyɛ badwafie, ɛkɔgye wo mo epene ansa na wakoso. Minyi ni sɛ sadie say be a company person or the executive directive be a if there's no such direct law or process who be here so be called parliament. But whatever it is, no executive instrument parliament na mo pass me boa aha enti e be call but me nyini say ye be dru sabia ye no bakwa me ade asese me ka ema ye nyina ye kai ne say me nyini say ye be dru stage ya ye be ye mandatory vaccination the entire make sa ne say me senior researcher TNT. I'm hedging.
One hedge, I'll be watching here. I'll be my left one.
Come in.
Yes.
One more our COVID-19 vaccines. Me tie BBC. Medical doctor on any year, on also a medical doctor. No more what 3 jabs in UK wabrofo.
Yeah.
They still went and tested positive.
Which is very possible.
Mpani say, Ntwehwemu kakra omo aye so far, and yet elaborate, but scientific enough to accept and say, COVID vaccine na, and yet COVID-19 kwana a boost to immune system alko. Now mum yare ahodo bebre won mo kra, e wo no ma entimi ma the scientists no aye amayehuno no even though say certainty no the illusion of certainty and control no has been pierced no but at least you have to work with some scientific basis e wo na me ka say yen ko do sa bre no free say kwame covid yi sha se ofidie ya ye back panel discussion so ye cause suspension by force at oncely for a period of say 1 month as 2 months patcho me boa e kam akoye say said ye mampani aka wo ba bi say if he's reported properly COVID-19 adiwiase ama binum nya esene abibrem enti ya hunu sa nti em say ye taking for granted abibrem Ghana wo hwe de wa asia kum nipa ewo America nom Italy France Brazil enya sa na aye wo any African country India enti akama ko ya say ye edi agro kwame ma wo mi say I hire near na Dr. Kobo fix me ma me ko wo ye because na minya ba bi nko edu eba foforo no na ye de obi asese o obi a opese ko obi a no so no minim say ba now ankalote wawo doctor tie wawo na ankwaku na ba no so wawo so ta say enti eye ya ankasa ye ene ye de but say ba no say o man ne de nhihye beba say ye nhye obi a won wo e bia nwo minni ni say ye be fa ye be tia mra so na so obi fi say sa de no etia mra bi wo Ghana ha mra na edi adwuma migidi say onipa no betimi akọ mra nim ama mra na abu atu agu kwa me yenka mfura no COVID-19 say ye be fa disuade afri mu migidi ye pa say no ena nyame ema asade hu kwa ma ne ba wiase de ha me kakra ne say ahyase no ye say ye suade bi but say yagum ujina wa obi ben wo na wo ka kire say corporate bremu ne da so wona ase wo mom wo kire wo ba ye nyam fi mu fui ndi mesre nyina say ahweyie kwame eno na meka afa ho na mako budget no so na mabonitew
there be my main corner na member let me just read COVID and then we'll look at the budget.
Okay,
I'll take any comments on this COVID.
So go budget to me one. Maybe I COVID in the crash.
Budget.
Baby,
Uncle.
and a baby maminja, my Dr. James Atulin say general properties.
Maso and a pay minchia the ebullient muffin.
Oh, the irrepressible.
The irrepressible. The vivacious Kwame Duncan. Baby will be an epimichian.
Why you busy craving to the one? Kwame.
Yes.
COVID in a politics for Ghana. As a opposition government opposition. Because so far as you are in opposition, at the people biala abambeya COVID in Boko Fomin, you will oppose it. That is why we had a COVID committees. One by government, one by opposition. China Ghana have we see what biala. Egiteji jollof rice mo woje woka agwemun nebi nuzu waka fa paracetamol na aje kakra wo egu kalum na obonyu wewu won so wor kache da me na ye COVID in Ghana nti baby ekodu immediately you issue mandatory adi on COVID then it should be compulsory that although obia wo COVID you won't be surprised there. You're from on the braggarts. They will come out and say certain things against that order.
But is that the way to go?
Kwame, asamni there. Obiala wo be yin do on your man pinyin. Wo yin there on shane man. He has that responsibility, the authority. That ada nkwafudu won kokomuti. Was that man there? Basha yendo.
Many times beside them, a lot of complaint has come about by forced vaccinations now. Now, just to help you a discussion, Netherlands, as in Holland, they've issued an advisory there from February 2022 saying, "Wo booster, you cannot enter the Netherlands." But
that is it.
Here we are complaining there. Yes, Ragana. I mean, I'm sure Ghanaians will take the booster if they, to go to Netherlands, but to stay in our own country or not. I don't know. I'll tell you.
Ghana han yake there afutu ontum nsachen chen sohwe. That is how we live in this country. I dey be am be said there. So what do we want? Abada Ghana for you. Ana akoshi no mihen ma yeto aba ane de nya yenwa pefe yerunhu so yesterday yenhuni ya ente so yesterday yente ebia ne yeda be yo mandatory wa worbo mo wala ye be ni bi income esa da bi miye ozane ehwe yen social media demonstrations o kodu wo mfanda abrochi mem na ne keka wonti yen so yete da abrofo nti o de yesu abrofo won style but then on boye that last week mo ba Mr. the Ministry of Health yes one Cape Coast and other districts within Central region one for be more apart from Kaswa is so close to Accra. Nti abani ya gwende oye close to Agranti was the vaccine CDB boko honya amanfa wo. But beyond that yenye bi so may expect there yeah MPs are once working region in they will lead a team to the Minister for Health then yesu yen region yenye bi na izo abatum. Oh, young walk around. Because when they younger said, you're pessimist. Young may be in no, or there, mean mom way, or the more compano mu go wet. A dano may say, or Krepumante, or Gade, or do the affection, December, and Pano Nazi. Never is all gone. Yes, one yet in Pano, or Abrofum Pano, or Way. Yen apuni yedugwa yadahwea na yedikita yan yadapogwa wi nsuka krebu hiado na gagade monko no so ya sam but we are not educating them reasons why aya be said the information service department wo hin because the mandatory as the decision by government in order by this time no we rule ISD4 warning them towns and villages will explain reasons why all there injection in na yesu ye bisa Ministry of Health de na injections no wa one from brand na wo say ya yedam na ya educate wona wo fom ya educate wona wo jenjen ka won wo tunton nyama what on is man me no obowie na akada ya na akaya asam no gone too soon what a shock
yeah by force now.
Yeah, by force. Kwame, I mean as a poultry farmer. Mami is sure there in poultry man ote. Nkuko yera, yenja wongu abanu. Ye isolate one, do gubu bim. Na akoko na nkasa na ezina shebu mun, she ni left and right okoba. The opekwan ne we pay. Inya won injections man no to ne pe. Well, anybody now go nintachen otumuche de akukoi watapo na me yemfa ne trada because COVID didn't do yando. And that's most why in the COVID ake musu sam. Though obi will not or your COVID boa wakatabo. When you be them one you know go hospital, my doctors who one diagnose no who they are your COVID. When you be them oh we are nevi wasan nevi community. Na agaya some. I support the decision there or the hinya by force. Na Ghana here won't to him.
This one says, Chairman General, even in England, if you're not fully vaccinated with a COVID pass, you can't go to some public places. If you're a health worker and not fully vaccinated, you'll be stopped from working. My wife was stopped until she was fully vaccinated. It be before a casadodo. If they should get vaccinated and get visas to Europe, won't they go and do it? Nana answer above 4 in London sends that one. None of the COVID-19 vaccines so far produces 100% effective. And that is why we have breakthrough cases where people fully vaccinated still catch the disease. Chairman, have you heard of tens of thousands of vaccines going waste in the Volta region? Yes, I have. We're crying for these vaccines. Now it's here. And we are arguing over legalities. Ghana for you. Justice Abeku Newton of Fame. The difference from what you read about Holland and Ghana is that they plan ahead, Kwame. There's no problem against that, but you people should have known that during Christmas, more people come to Ghana. So it shouldn't be close to a date like that. Let's plan ahead always. This one has no name. And then, so let's move on beyond that. Minko Bisa MP Kwada, so Dr. Kingsley Nyako. Doc, Machibi Akwaba, hey, from National Accreditation Board to MP.
I wish to see one day the job will be a common in no occasion job no bow 5 times. No, get the no COVID, you know, one year. Most of them go for better with that. I don't know.
Wow, that is smart. Oh boy, very interesting to see that.
Yes, Kingsley.
You're round man, right?
Chairman General.
Yes, sir.
I'm in chat here for you.
Yeah, Joso.
Be chairman now for Hello FM. And Chairman, I say, and you might better political mentor Bombay. In fact, and I'm telling him about 90% go to him.
Ojami Acho.
What influenced me positively in my political life?
Okay.
First time I meet you, me best son or coffee shop.
Okay. Danko Institute days.
Fantastic. Yeah. And Uncle Tesodi, my body. Kabila, one of my best friends. And tell me about how I say, hey, let's to Bombay or there.
Welcome to the Fancy Club.
Mama Chia at your phone also.
Yeah, Joso.
Now, come in, COVID-19, I won't send some bay. So, share said there. Ghana and Akufo-Addo si born home day. Madam Fubi or South Africa or Ghana catch me say said Ghana yes you handle COVID-19 one of the best in the world. I say probably break technique for granted because of Akufo-Addo NPP government. The Ghanaians say corporate COVID-19 yetimi I mean keep on nicely. So for me, their cost, the government has done well. I mean, what just starts now, Ghana, as Minoka say, 2.7% and are vaccinated. Only 2.7%.
That's fully vaccinated.
Yes, fully vaccinated. I mean, for example, South Africa, about 25.8%. Egypt on my 16.8%. I think Africa country I think say Morocco. I stand because about 70% or so.
About 70%.
Yeah,
really?
We can double check. Burundi there 0.1%.
Ever?
Burundi 0.1%.
And you know COVID be anyhow. I'm president Rui.
Almighty Nigeria. They are doing below 2%. I think 1.7, 1.9%. So, Kwame, Ghana story now, our form, And I think say a kind of say first will be a bit to me against COVID-19 say a bit so no or say it to me because it's about lives. And I go for the kind of say I mean a bit to me in coming first why a bit to me they claiming about back, but how to bring back life there is very difficult. That means say you know or say or they also yeah na COVID-19 no intimini so na my economy so jano kwame we have to do that. Now the issue about say should they be mandatory and all that, I think say I agree with Uncle Jacobs. Kwame, about a month ago Austria omoka say when you fully vaccinated ultimately and certain public places.
Yeah,
in a way no Charles said they are indirectly no Kwame talking about mandatory vaccination because say one vaccinate here that's the me and call public place. It means that also okay they are buying a day ban on me feel say come ebe boy nyina because that's a Kabila and Kwankwo uncle tell Kwankwo come ebe cost 90 because on no na one ebe to me affect because omukopom me fully vaccinated with booster on Kwame there's a likelihood who say asanya.
Yeah.
So or say Magana 40 as say a buying a doyen. A buying per se yenya a holding. A buying per se yetimi etna se eche. Into no kase yenina yan vaccinate here or say a tiase. And ya ada a punishment a yakasa ye a yakasa ye bambo. Into more kase a year or choice near there. I'm not very careful because Kwame, it drew certain times in our lives, sir. You can say extraordinary times, sir. Or say to me, take extraordinary measures to protect us. So if government about say or no buyer, we must let people know say, enye boneso, nemum yagasa yeti. So coming for me, no, I support that. Either say you better go out to say I am mandatory, and I say one untimin call ABC places. I think it's very important. And important also as a one because I'm out for the BBR to team say be okawa we be on there. Most of the allegations no Kwame they are unfounded. I'm out for exaggerate. So and the who asha nipa mu no. So for me no I'm thinking say or say my Kwame ya wo yen immunization against polio, measles,
marasmus, yellow fever.
How they complain here? Obeso to Kwanko South Africa say only yellow fever card now you cannot go.
Oh, bet me ako. But to do you have two choices. And no American either so bet you $100 near wall. And I bet deport too.
Yes.
You will not leave the airport.
I mean so I know me yes sir. Because I'm bought Nipan home by.
Yeah, you will not leave the airport.
I mean, on say Ghana times to yana na to no doso.
Brofro doso. Brofro doso.
Oh, Kwame, because the sea was tempestuous
and boisterous.
And that's it. Bibi Koba. Yes. Oh, and Ankapan Kobosanko yes say. Abando so then we are raising issues.
I'm not for raising issues with the constitution. Say and for rights are being abused.
Oh, Kwame.
Nah.
Kwame, we are seeing him say rights and absolute.
Yeah.
Rights, Kwame, about with responsibilities. So you're on mind by power, Kwame. Kwame, to Momo hey. Say be a yellow BSc. What does it? I think Kwame despite few times or so. Me constituency. Over to me be a say. Obet like I say one ABC you don't have to come here.
Yeah.
I don't know yes sir because obesa oboni pa no mind because one yes sir as be because you could see ya bono so bo say abayan hwehan say oh there come mani obi atme do pa Kwame say asem kase betwen ya the same nipa na omo kan asem no omo bo aban so bo so for me no aban ye proactive say the ya because Kwame na same amity I think Deutsche Welle Germany but a month ago over 100,000 people had died. But 100,000 people had died, and they are even thinking about Kwame Faso on met me a sea and no coin. Nayatiha, Nipa 2.7% pay, and they're fully vaccinated.
Is it not because I say Owona and Shedamba high and an allotaken?
And no, because
my you see one.
and I make say because say I Nakufado I handle no in an efficient way, no. I'm out for it taken for granted. Bianca, Nipo will sit down come but you don't have to die because I mean the right things have been done. My position is that or say education costs more, especially against the hesitancy na a one nipa you know. Or say education more. My background is psychology.
Okay.
My chest psychology University of Ghana for about 10 years. Do this time or say you need to work on the minds of the people, their psyche, for them to accept it with all my examples and all that. Because some of them have fears that are genuine, based on their matter, whether true or untrue. So the question is, then agencies are more or many more on to educating everybody normal. And I think say education are conform because it appears to me say a do time they relax Omicron and as a activity on the discussion on COVID-19 because it got to a point data by it got to a point it died away now Omicron, and I'm told that Omicron is the deadliest.
Well, not exactly. It's not. So far it looks as if Omicron symptoms are a bit milder since Delta. No, so far no Delta no was so
okay.
But as they say, it's a mutation. Yeah. Let's see how it pans out. If you know more research.
What I heard this morning in the news, shows but we can still double check on that. But coming bottom line, and they say COVID-19 Kwame and Koi.
David.
Intino say a buy ben be not baby in your home by because senior say I don't think say a buy war laws we say ebia many way and I way. So yeah, because if say baby and coca papa and you grade. That's what I mean. That's what is happening. I must say, you say, I want me a nipa no ho. I want me a man can't come because Kwame, oh share. I think that we come to the budget. Kwame, see, I bet me another number of viruses are here to fight this pandemic. Kwame, we don't even have it. So why don't we say you better your whole band dance? Say you better chairman a day and some say happy in India no. Because India, because no motive, me produce vaccines no, and a bomb. Kwame say, Eddie will my gun hanoma. Meaning, I so bad shit because you need the vaccines. And I know another kufado. Yet Seneca, France, or say EU, about 70% of their population are vaccinated. Over Africa, less than 10%. Come, it is worrying. I'm a couple almost they are struggling. Now, yeah, you need ska. You know, you know more Ghana or more you imagine say, oh, Emra, come you do term here. Common sense and Emra. We must or say chusu common sense and Emra. A do term here. A do critical stages in our life. I will say common sense a juma than Emra. Because the common sense ever wow ama on tower. I mean laws are supposed to be a bit flexible. At times Kampon Kabila a do time I also judges judgment at times they look at the context almost situation before say make judgment. Nana Akufo-Addo and MPP are spending so much money on us fighting COVID. Now this coronavirus alleviation program business support scheme are buying a support to about 304,000 companies to the tune of 523.1 million cedis.
So
lot of money. Scar, you're spending households and all that. So nipa about
the mandatory.
I mean me no person no mandate because so the buyer bet me aboyen na yare no into your sosa
Mami come in yeah
and then my mandatory then me no me prefer Austria version say one unko public place.
Well, Reuters.com, Reuters news organization. Amaya Ayen mandatory. This is as said last week. Germany plans to make legislation or pass legislation to make it mandatory from February. From February, Germany, and also Germany is mandatory. Other countries include Indonesia, Canada. Say all federally regulated workplaces from December 7th, they're mandatory. Croatia, Czech Republic, Denmark. From November 26th, also here Corona pass. Egypt, if you want to be allowed to work in government buildings after November 15, mandatory. Fiji, same. Ghana, according to Reuters, will make it mandatory from January 22. Hungary, Italy, Lebanon, New Zealand, Poland, Russia, Saudi Arabia. And Ramika in Saudi Arabia, they know it was August. Mame Ghanaian Nesby Saudi Arabia no didn't buy since August. Until mandatory. So the issue has to do with mandatory. Let's see this one. Okay. Right, let me move on. Kwame, on my recent trip to Nairobi, Kenya, a passenger from Cote d'Ivoire who had no yellow fever vaccine card, a disease that is almost eradicated, was given the option of taking the jab at $150 or refused entry at Jomo Kenyatta Airport. I guess those here refusing to take the COVID-19 vaccine possibly have no plans of either traveling outside Ghana or the shores. Okay, I see what you mean. Kwame, I took the Moderna yesterday. It has knocked me out. I'm so ill, I'm in bed. I hope to feel better by tonight. You definitely would, ain't you? You definitely would feel better. Samson Kwame Nyamiche, thank you very much. But also, Magufuli is alleged to have died through COVID. Magufuli is the Tanzanian president, but so is the Burundian president also. Burundi Nino Sosa COVID Korea Nekunu. Kwame Nyamiche, thank you very much for adding that one. Chairman General, good morning. From the discussion, government appears to have done well with its COVID interventions, which are saving lives. COVID is a real public health issue. It saddens me, however, that as a country, we are not giving same attention to road traffic crashes. Kwame, in 9 months of this year, 2,600 lives have been lost. Is Parliament concerned? 14,138 people are battling various degrees of injury. Do we know the impact of this on our productivity? Seth Kwame Boateng. Seth, I know. If someone ever told me that a day will come when some Ghanaians will fight against the COVID vaccines, I would have doubted and even bet with a motorbike. What is this no attitude? Look at how we became scared and had to be on lockdown for weeks. Today, a semi-cure is here and we have people who have suddenly metamorphosed into medical experts fighting this vaccine. Is this witchcraft? Say Obama and Pokwa say Abdul Malik. I will 2 and hour 1.
2.
In your three about
So medically advisable.
Advisable.
I would defer to superior medical advice if we are told and the science backs it up. Why not?
Talking about the science. Now, talking about the science, Nana Kwame Ofori from Etiwa says, yesterday the UK Parliament voted 243 majority to approve COVID passes. It means that without a COVID pass, you cannot enter a public gathering, including nightclubs. Let's make vaccines compulsory. Going into the issue has to do with compulsory. Hey, ma'am is a quarter question show.
From day one.
From day one. And before you come in,
to live for long.
Francis from Spintex says, we've been lambasting wealthy countries for hoarding vaccines to the exclusion of Africa and other developing countries. Now the government has secured vaccines. People are now busily campaigning against being vaccinated. What the heck do we want? Francis, they say it is unconstitutional.
But I mean, yesterday, Nigeria for one vaccines, 1.2 million. No, I expire.
What was the
Malik.
Yeah, Ojam.
It's the third one by Bowo, fourth one by Bowo.
Medically advisable.
It is. But the issue now is by force. Enter Ghana, don't enter Ghana. What do we do?
Well,
I'm out for one.
I'm the doctor refer to some of these things. You know, it be more a superstition. It be more the fact that fear factor na or initially no why a bit diffused. It be so victims of conspiracy theories or by early days, you know. It be more craft for them, Brofron or Ashada. Na opedo kunkumi na we change about the anatomy na nyama we was a Chinese foreigner or opedo what the dominate word, you know. It's a lot and some very educated people. That environment no war, but over a period we feel that some of those things no cope for. It be much what we believe it be. There one that immunity
no
into border crowd there overtake a combination of so many factors. Kwame.
Interestingly, a very popular broadcaster in the US, Marcus Lamb, or a Christian broadcaster, and he was a vaccine skeptic. Yeah, well, yeah.
Religious.
The families are regret there. They are prepared even to vaccinate.
Now, Kwame, here and boy, you have vaccinated no crime. Yes, so do stage. If you're there vaccinated, and now in the one, see, you're be relaxed.
But fire cement country that you're too old-fashioned. Also, instead of keeping it in your wallet, just take snapshots of it and keep it on your phone at least.
I told them that I'm by city, I'm a bankrupt. Oh, I'm the wrong teacher. I choose the wrong teacher.
Maybe 1 hour less.
But it's made a good point, Kwame.
Yeah.
And Baby Amedrin is a bit too late to actually do a dramatic shift. I tell you, BBC.
Anyway,
but in the context of public health, you know.
Yeah.
All these conspiracy theories, those who are victims of it, those who believe in some superstitions and override the public health interest.
Yeah.
Fortunately for us as a nation, you know, your Public Health Act, the 851 or somebody.
851 2012.
And then reading is a post specific focus on section 22. And indeed is Nankasa drop and our pedo challenge in where our
Supreme Court.
Because people will use that in context Article 21(4) of the Constitution. And those two things, the Supreme Court. Kwame, I'm not against the idea of going to Supreme Court. That's okay. After all, that's the way you develop your democracy, the democratic consolidation. Constitution may be a right to do that, and sometimes it's good. It helps. Unanswered, questions be clear. We bring clarity to bear on constitutional processes. In principle, I have absolutely nothing against any litigation war on this matter at the Supreme Court. It may help. You may say there is waste of time. You may say they be litigant. That's the nature of this democracy.
Ugly noises.
Yes, there's enough space in the democratic environment for ugly noises. But I would not suggest the Eco Supreme Court on this is an ugly initiative. No, I think I would rather look at it from a positive angle there. It could demand certain interpretations going forward. To that extent, be rushed to Supreme Court many times. But in this case, I believe in the mandatory vaccination, compulsory vaccination. I believe in it. But on what further your own constitution, we need right to go and challenge it. And I think we should encourage those who are interested in doing that litigation to proceed. I believe so. There's only one small part.
Which is?
deep thinking, but I think that lawyers or constitutional lawyers a question has been asked. In the crime the movie there is a Ghanaian citizen or bar. Can you stop him because he be unvaccinated and can you, a Ghanaian citizen, enter in his own jurisdiction?
It will be difficult.
Yes,
you probably can test them for COVID, and then at their cost, I don't know, quarantine them.
Yes.
Until the initial quarantine is a quarantine, the initial kakrabe a week or two test again.
Yes.
And
so it means that you are not preventing him from entering.
Maybe it's at that point that you have to force vaccinate, as you said. But you cannot prevent the person from coming.
Yes.
But ABI, yeah, do baby.
Yeah.
So guys to say hotel, say then at your cost, maybe.
That can be backed by law.
Yeah.
Look, the year I mean.
Watch it.
Watch it. Now, Ghana Health Service work on way kicking now.
Why?
Say by.
And it was it from 14th.
So it's kicking.
So it must have kicked in. It must have kicked in.
In the 15th.
15th, yes.
But then I mean who EIB. Dog will.
There be E and May.
I am in task there in putting up EIs and sometimes a delay. And about hours so at times there are a few discrepancies. It worries me because it's a very simple thing. We have people with that legal brace or the appropriate institutions now. Yes, I mean, is it? I think it emanates from the AG's office.
Yes, the minister and the AG will have to.
The president, of course, but they are too good there. There were too many people who have dealt with this. What I mean is there were enough experience in drafting these things. On elementary, but
too much.
I at times small defects be here and there. By now, no, I think the executive instrument, the appropriate one, should have been out. I don't see why it's not out.
Well,
because the law, the act Nankasana is already in force. But the minister say issue executive instrument. Yes, so you have to operationalize Section 22 by effect of an executive instrument.
Oh, Master.
And usually I am a source when you were there was sent to me, in a soft copy, if you mama print. In the absence of executive instrument, you start to be fine, no problems because of emergency. But please, the earlier we regularize it, the better.
For all of us.
Yes, for all of us.
Abdul Malik Kwekubaku, thank you very much for your thoughts. Peace 104.3. In the meantime, Muamope car fine power autonomous. Toyota Land Cruiser, the new one, the LC300 2022 model. Petrol full option. 80 patch. Toyota Land Cruiser Ato 2022 model LC300 petrol dear full option. Irata Motors say omubi wo brana bejibi obetimi afre 0244 445268 0244 445268 Toyota Land Cruiser Emo Chan 2022 full option into Opera Pamcho Obili BBS sending me from January 2022 the police will inspect COVID cards for commercial drivers, motorbikers and what have you. I don't know the full story, so I'm not in a position to do, but Pacho, I'll find out and let you know. Okay. Studio Numano Pay Kingsley Nyako, member of Parliament Kwadaso on the ticket of the MPP. Yes, Kuku.
My reporter just called me. What forced my markers on? Frank Camposa. It's one of the deputy. Also, police watching. Also, there's a route to be civil baby.
Why?
East Legon, also East Legon police station. I'm the BIMO drivers because BIMO no way the DB. And he as a journalist or pass by Fredo Botu. Why? But police from Nachichi. Why a random
swoop?
No one why then also identify no one as a journalist. And so police from said no way into this or a suspect.
I will try to restore the watching.
Watching. Or a suspect. Ratios conduct me. Mami, just 1 minute. May step out now. My call.
But I say. Kokrokoo back in Japan. Watch you know.
Old fox in the
game. Rescue the perishing. Also, small noise at East Legon. Okay, we'll find out what exactly is causing that small noise at East Legon, and let me know if you're in that neighborhood. Kingsley Nyakwe MP Kwadaso MPP ticket. Kingsley, this weekend you're back Kumasi.
Yeah.
NPP conference. Resigned to campaign, and here another one. President to potential aspirants. Billboards directive flouted. Kumasi flooded with party paraphernalia and the Mabihumbi. But regional minister Adiabetu just said he's taking action to pull down all those billboards. But party conference matters are rising. Any comments on it, and then we'll move on.
Kwame,
yes.
I think regional minister Kwame, democracy a bit tricky. But the hamne say yakoto aba omapani yakopon adawoma Ghana for more than second time. Osha from the beginning of this year and now more ambition and intentions no start here. Kwame feel say a idea entry because who undermine and I say oh yes and now we king omapani authority because any also distracting. MPP government ye wo adwuma ye ya ma ye to me say ye nya adwuma na ye fa impuntuo emra oman mu enti no say o ambition party no won je hye o hwe party no emra ye di ebu party na ye constitution no e won je hye e kan ya o say ye fa so na Kwame if say at the beginning of the year Omampani start here now also started so be say obedi na ade Kwame ntwaye kura nti na omo ambition no e be sire omo say a party traditional menua discipline tradition over the years omo started party no JB Dankwamo Kwame they have brought this party this far and ade bia we say obeye a begu party no and no you don't have to do that, especially the more involved in here they are huge in the party. Almost teacher now amonya encourage party name. So our ambition any party no future coming then 2007 this year
as someone here
that is why I have no because you compare young company no say Kwame, I think say you should be. They should say based on that no, and a party and admin say no matter the partner on medical intention at least national executive committee or the national council EBE move 5. So at least no we about that conclusion because when we say they see an yet. So that is what I would say about that. But Kwame, 4 years so. I can't wear him no. Then you are doing this.
I should anchor 4 years so.
Oh no, I'm almost started when they began.
Yeah.
Kwame almost started at the beginning of the year from January when almost started you. Say you know you're from to know we know what is happening. So I'm started your check. But message say penifon omunyai. Now Kufuado onya bre na onfon bu man because some of them come on more ministerial positions.
Now and president doing you ready.
Kwame, I think say Nana Kufuado, as I know, or yeah, Obia Democrats never run too much. And when they come at first warning, or say no, they should stop. Moving forward now, I'm convinced Nyaya he will crack the whip. I think on the bit but he is giving an opportunity. Say focus on Modma. Because then no. Oh, your minister, your Juma, a deep impunto about Omagan and then the panel, Bremo. Your ambition there, trying to follow party timetable. But Kwame, as you speak now, I think early next year, you better call your police station elections. If you want to know, near your constituency elections, near call region, near national. Before say you better call into the farm contest. So we are talking about 2 years away, maybe end of 2023 or early 2024. Now started for me, I think say in trade. Now billboards now. Me I'm a massive weekend in constituency. I mean baby or now asking myself say hey I didn't cost you. But I'm happy say regional minister say I think say by midnight today. They'll go and just either deface them and I say remove them. And I'm told say some of the athletics no Omakasa take initiative no and Omakoko remove. So for me no it's good sign. But my point is say time you woman no COVID era pandemic no affected.
In the meantime, Dr. Nsiasari say delegates be our own way and own room.
A good call. I think say that one will force others to also Beman baby now so Kwame. This time
and Pachomin Chawano Jinawa Kwame this time nurse Iran nurse be a na oye COVID-19 exercise or Taifa or send the Ghana Health Service tablet COVID-19 documents no Uja or taxi beam taxi driver yes so can here white and yellow or the faufi alaji no siwa achimota iti pacho se weni boss and obi any boss wa momo de ma police for asonte anasa mo fambre o peace fm here wa ye beji de ato ho eranes bi se no oye COVID-19 adwuma wa taifa na o se ne Ghana Health Service tablet no ani COVID-19 documents no ni na no so na oja two taxi driver ye pacho ye so kan ye white and yellow fa no free alaji at the BC achimota into bia na ni babo so bia hu back to you Kingsley.
Somebody know I say when messages be from some of now phobia minimum almost some of the atmas nachi almost see oh you pull here there we see you pull here there interesting for me it tells me say at least I'm always respond to party no directive but near the kwasanka ya ba this stage because their cost no I'm the kind of say pandemic no ama no man encourage ye we ase not only Ghana so plastic asem edwadie no ma ecoform no ma ebo ecoso globally so you know all started be say now one you careful I be create impression but maybe what the padwin so me no I'll plead with them say omo nyai na mama time no so omo support on my penny na adwuma or se oye no there be covid na ye ka ho asem no or se mo bo ano na yetimi recover because this tension na eba at this time no enya ade a eboa ama party no atimi atumpo you be see a break 8 no 8 dey be break
imponi eni niamoye
oh come 8 dey be break you see me now for mo this yala me chomsa na you are see so ade be see bia no ya na they are good reasons is see because e koto aba now almost at par no. They are very confident. So, next election, almost winning, but almost God. So, I know some of them are almost check posts where say, yeah, but you know, on about your attorney, almost as some check posts now. Almost say they will laugh at the wrong sides.
Let me take other comments this morning, but Dr. Sribo Kokrokoo of the Electoral Commission, I say, I'm not paying countries to chill.
Oh, the boss, no. The boss, man.
Oh, boss, man.
Very nice man.
Yeah, Muslim Jaha Winja.
Oh, and but your PhD for no reach out. We'll be after.
Monkeys are playing by sides.
Thank you. PhD for reach out.
Germany, me afraid you.
I will say a Bombay there. Oh no, PhD there. One team. Also on paid there, but. On one or two now, or your PhD not.
Or you're working encyclopedia.
I tell you.
But I can see Asian as a subject in the university. Or being found or not finding any PhD. Studying Kokrokoo effects on society. The good, the bad, and the ugly.
I mean, you know, make Kokrokoo do on this matter.
Yeah.
Part in the Nyabotre. Your mandate, Juma was here. And then I could follow or born no more thing. Coming before COVID-19, or my not a call in the right direction. Coming, then everything was positive. All the indicators not positive for us. COVID-19 about the hot twin, but you recover. The end I am for your home day like my penny any apino. Don't see because at the end of the day, say I'm more home more day. That's all by a flag bearer. Enkoye so yet man say you be your juma na ye GDP no timi amana ko anim na nipa ho atono na sika be nipa botom na youth na omotifie na mom sanka adwuma no omosabe ka adwuma and I think say timi we ya kana fana ka sabe to abamaye share Kwame energy issues na ko pardon relatively stable because the energy minister Napo he is doing so well o share other ministers now Kwame am bom modern we na ye hia because at this time no so why do you say ko man panya Kwame obanya divide attention because you are Jane ambition ho Jane Omane Kanko ho Kwame I can tell you say Omane Kanko no will suffer. And for me, we don't want that.
Right, let me go around. This one says, lawyer Pokweje says, if the aspirants have the requisite permit for the billboards, then the Ashanti Regional Minister has no right to remove them. It is up to the party to crack his disciplinary whip.
That is Koko's position. The law.
This one says, Kwame, if in China, that nurse who left her COVID-19 working gear and tools in the taxi would have been shot. Thankfully, we are not in China. Karaba for Yanko MPP conference, Embra.
Aye.
Kara?
Free party politics, moi. I own tank and won't send me.
Social Democrat.
That was a while. But and Ramiti. One Nana Kumia. And I pray so my team in your Dr. Kesley Nyako. If he's a MPP for Munim, dear Yamamo. Na Mekai Womu Bibi. Kwame throughout history. Ghana, we are Sibia Amanyokobia, I shall say, every 2 mimu. The didn't nipa Emma Sadiane Yaho. Sometimes including coup d'etats, and if Amanyuku Namu. Pachot Mase.
Metu Asupa.
Nti Yomo Sempa. Dear Omo a person will be about Assembia and Anakumia can ya me person me Trimuki to a be. Or can specifically. To MPP said they need a stronger party. The party should be strong in asserting its authority. Party no emfa in Nancy from na onye enwajuma. Me stretch aka say Oman Ghana say to me die ene Oman yosem aman yosem ebe di ya. Ese say yenya amanyoku a womo de womo hihye ye adwuma. Womo de mra eye adwuma. Omudi nidie ma wo mo ho na chairman general amanyoko bia no hono mo a adi dwuma anye nipa ene edi omo ye. So we need political parties to be stronger institutions, but it will take strong people of character. People with honor, people who know shame, people who knows limitations. One more enim na wo mu gitum say ye nipa ye fom a ye gitum ese say ye nya afoforo if you say yensom one ni nipa enti men ka ma no wana ma we show mu well na ma catch mu bio say to me die ene ewiase aprepre no abakose ma kire say da biara da se nipa kuo bi amanyokuo bi ebehwe ase a ene fi wo mu
Kwame da say unse yes say Dr. Kingsley Kasano si Bibian Kokak Papa anya den
anya credit
okay wako pe on 70 me bema Obisik, what are those billboards for, Kwame? We are only walking majestically on the wide 2007 road that led us into political wilderness. No lessons were learned. We're repeating the same nonsense. No apologies, Kwame. Now, this one is Alute. He went to ask for it, so he's coming to get it. My regards to Chairman Alute Jacobs, to Kabila, and to Uncle Kwekubako as well. When I was the Deputy Regional Director of Elections in the Central Region, Alote Jacobs was an albatross. Dr. Sribo Kweku. I come from one side.
Oh, I don't know.
Confessions.
Anyway, I mean too on MPP agenda.
Gwami. Muzi oyafutu amazema MPP.
Albatross Alote, me too.
Yes. When you have a strong leader and a weak party, you don't win elections. When you have a very vibrant, dynamic party that asserts itself, then you have a leader that can win elections for you. Now, looking at what is happening currently in the MPP, gradually, the roots is being destroyed. But you see, once you know there, we have about 3 years ahead of us, so we can do whatever we like. And they are not looking at what the NDC is also doing, that in a way there, impressing on people's mind there, tomorrow is an election day. Their propaganda has become so vibrant that you might think that a Chinapo want to about. The MPP is not doing that. Indeed, what is in the demand? Mobile wine there, 2024. Waba. And I think that say party one my instructions, because the regional minister is saying that he had the instructions from the party. They pull down every billboard we all. It's good for them. Now, Gwami, MPP is lucky to have a social democrat as their leader and as the president of the Republic of Ghana. For me, from my angle, I can tell you that Nana Akufo-Addo is more a social democrat than those of us who profess socialism. Because actually need social interventions in this country. So president now got tall. The 16 regions. And asama ami next door neighbors but can change and see the president Nagasa no do osho no treasure on our year. And that is the responsibility of appointees and the party, and not the president. But he took upon himself to go and visit all the 16 regions, to go to places or commission projects and Nagasa waye ne wunde papa ori edwuma ndo kwasam yi ori edwuma nazo mozo mbere mbapa wanti magada onya hwe nyanga na vosoze aya anukumu na gongonza na nsam kekanite yenwaji ho ebia kwa peteshi ba na gato nda wo bo world cup anede yempo anu wonwa baje twum ebegede yimpo na orikasa ne bon park no hobby. See, yeah, if you don't enter into the psyche of Ghanaians and you start to be doing this, you will be surprised. You know the elections they know. Ghana funa ane ihena yefi them CPP blocking and the socialist blocking. Yajin only there. The MPP is a bourgeoisie party. Nzage the intellectuals is kafo them and then asesa kakra enu there yenya yem rense ne yem baba wa anu ma chebien ebinmu wo afa nzaje obi ahwehwe there abanze mpuntu baba economy ni butu megina edwuma butu ma aba nti you can't decipher whether this person is a socialist or this person is a capitalist. But from what I'm seeing, if they are able to manage their party very well,
it doesn't look like they are managing well, are they?
Yes. I mean, I have to be frank. if they are able to manage their party, sometimes you know what? Aya yama autocracy kakra omba party.
Book long fear.
Oh, discipline.
Oh, yeah. Discipline, they are recalcitrant people in the party.
Troublemakers.
Ajumban
Albatross.
Oh, yeah, see, Ajumban, oh, yeah, papa, yeah.
Albatross.
Albatross is a Kokrokoo. Kokrokoo now of us in Albatross. Albatross.
Dr. Sribo Kokrokoo, that's a good
Albatross. It's lastly on these presidential aspirants. I mean, frankly speaking, they are not helping the president. But my mumbo minister say, Basa,
how are then?
Why has a power in the system?
And Pacho member Bobby and
Oh, Pacho, oh, that's my own view, Kwame.
Na echina
Mpia, aya, but who autocracy?
I know what I said. Party we autocracy be back.
No.
All kind of say of a creative problem around.
But why me the MPP is lucky they wanna aspire for presidential as slotting. Obi anyi parliament. Njobe ya sampa.
Wana
Oh, Mpacho. Yoga is I like him so much.
Dr. Ayeno from the UPS, Dr. E.T. Ayeno from UPSA says, talking about Kokrokoo Bakum, his approach to the retrieval and use of information to support his points during social and political discussions forms part of information science theories. His approach and strategy is already being studied. Dr. Ayeno, let's study the human being too, the man. That is where the ugly is, the bad and ugly is also there. I'll tell you.
Kwame, Messi there, Oyepa, Nja, Onya Sampapa. Na, your 3 ministers are moving, century, only there. Honorable Howard Kumsin. Yeah, for a very long time, young Pano, young Costa Line, Kokrokoo, Kwame Sebita Fracha, who go for often Teta school boys. No, yet, Zimpapa. It is very difficult. The Boko, here market, Ebenya, in there. Yenya, the Minamina or market. 2. Oh, yeah, Matthew Opoku Prempe was stabilized energy sector. In there, you have to open a hotel and we generate as a graph. Electricity will do 1 week, 7 days, 1 week, and work in them 24 hours.
Ogwa apartments.
Dr. Educhum.
He's my guest tomorrow morning.
Wow. Look, there is something new in our educational system. We need to talk about it.
Abo Minister Sevi, Howard Kumsin, Napo, and Dr. Educhum
Abo Peace FM.
Pedemi Albatross with Fimido. Now,
Albatross that.
Dr.
Okay, Kwame Mamun for
you. Sribo Kokrokoo also Albatross.
JR Properties, years in 10th anniversary, years are behind a year called Chapel.
Okay.
Until you are invited.
Of course.
Now, Jane there, Achimota, Faito, or Timbaho, or Dim Basa.
Bafo, your Juma, na Minti Kokrokoo Bakuni, sorry, so Abdul Malik. I saw you and I were here in 2007.
Yeah.
We were still panelist and moderator.
I will go there a bit.
It looks like we are back. Anyway, final comments.
I will travel there a bit.
Just to the doctor friend now, or send you in. With your kind permission.
Sure, why not?
Any study of Kokrokoo Bakum Abdul Malik Jr. Without linking it to the vintage Kofi Bakum, may be incomplete.
But you cannot start with Kokrokoo Bako without Kofi Bako.
He's made a valid point.
Now, and you Kwame Nabatels. And you Kwame Nabatels.
Right.
Former MP.
MP,
one time, I don't know if he's still board chair of Goyle.
Yeah.
He's no longer the
Okay. Several years ago. Kwame, Kokrokoo Bako no one thing I say. Ne papa pepio. My me I am one. Ne papa so kiti the man. No yo.
There's a video of
Kwame Nabatels. Papa was CPP.
That's right.
No more.
He was in intelligence.
He was in intelligence, yes. Yeah. He actually was with Nkrumah when the coup happened. Kwame Nabatels and Papa was with Nkrumah when the coup happened. Now I say, Kokrokoo Bako Papa. Nanu yo. She knew I want.
Oh yeah, drop here.
Drop here, Bedema.
I come bro for 80. Obaga Jodi 80.
And I never went to bro for no problem.
Me catch us say okopala me say Joe appear ni wa. No because there was another.
Oh there there we shall
debate.
Also Odruna Joe and they were friends too.
Wow. That him.
And so now what happens to Pao?
Inima.
Yes.
In the last week or two.
Yeah.
I've been communicate or relay my mommy observations about the state of the NPP in and out of Parliament. I express some of my views to some of the leaders in Parliament.
Yeah.
I can't actually some of their party leaders, and I'm not going to mention their names. It's not fair to them because I don't have their consent. That I mention as people have spoken to or expressed my observations to. Some cabinet ministers or so. And then I was with one having a long chat. WhatsApp. Nimpawaka may expressing me opinions or views and observations to is the president himself.
Okay.
The truth is that I intend doing that because and the truth of the matter is that they back me ticket
Fully.
I've always backed him.
Sure.
Yes. It's in his own interest that as a good friend, say me china kona bi na me hunya me bia or let me to me catch ren and can't na nese bibi koronga you have no case. So I intend doing that. Me assure that some of the ministers and leaders are listening to me right now. I'm not going to grass on anybody, but I'm just going to tell the old man, in this case the president, my mind. Ekai, here. This whole budget crisis, my position clear.
Yeah.
So
lack of leadership.
There was a leadership deficit. Look, they knew. I'm let me repeat, Namano. But basically, know what the timetable for the budget, when it will be presented, how long it will be debated, and when the voting will occur. And yet, some members of parliament were outside their jurisdiction. Last minute, I say, if you were flying, go in and out. That ought not to have happened. On your bench, the margin will see. And so, see, then the chaos or cordo. Yeah, approve, estimate, basa. Not that I'm confused. So I know exactly where things are going and how they are going. But for the public out there,
The deception.
it is something that was avoidable. Church massive. Even after that, 1 or 2, I exit. It be or call. Now a call as a nursing mother. I'm not too sure when it would aim my child.
The dynamics.
The dynamics.
But
Wabane.
no.
Not coming.
Me kasai. Or say no mamma yaro no okakosano.
No, Obano or no. Oh no, I have a ticket. Well, Obano or no. It be a membodino. It's not fair. But I arranged because I wanted to be sure when the person left. And Kwame, and on my me phone this year, me when it take
itinerary.
No, you know, so nipa me to Canada maybe if we are
Itinerary.
going. No, seat
number.
Yeah,
Boarding pass.
Boarding pass. Okay.
I have it here. It's on my phone.
Aye.
In my chair. Yes. Into
undercover operative Bombay.
and the point is that this is the critical moment. But anyway, because of I have a little challenge, but you must ensure the waba sooner than later. But that's not the parliamentary level. I'm the match the president issue ban on ministers traveling. Maybe that's also part of the checking people. But it's not good enough. And Kwame, into observations I made and there's something basically wrong with some woman attitude. Kabila mentioned discipline. I agree. There's a certain lack of discipline in some areas. The worst part is the first year of a second term. Now, one presidential ambitions will display. One kasa one direct cry, there's an indirect mode that will adopt.
And they are the beneficiaries.
Into whilst directly you can't implicate any of them, indirectly because they are not checkmating those people, somehow there's a collateral implication, Kwame. And I'm not I'm not naive anyway. Them politicians, we are more experienced than them. It's a fact.
True.
I'm sorry, it's not an insult. It's not to take away anybody's integrity or heart.
You are playing your credentials, which is appropriate.
But some of them, Ghanaian politics and the way you go about it. I mean, I should be careful.
Be careful.
Choice of words.
Nah, Obi and take
offense. Disrespect, and the truth is that I'm not prepared to disrespect anybody. But it's a bit irritating, Kwame. Eventually, I mean, more communicate my feelings and observations, and not just the emotional one, but based on
rational
and research. Empirical, thank you. I'm the boss himself. No wonder that was us in our indiscipline in your wage man. Be prepared to resign. And this came out from Asasi radio report.
Asasi Akasa.
And I believe it. In my measure. Jack's period. Or 2007.
Yeah.
I didn't start here. Meaning the third year.
In the second term.
The first year in the second term. It doesn't make sense. Look, I believe the president should begin to use reshuffle as part of bargaining chips.
The president doesn't seem to believe in reshuffles.
Yes, it's in a mechanic the way I said it. You should start using it. Crack the whip indirectly there and there. Some of them cry a reshuffle for Siberia. He must start doing that. No matter how big you are, if in the first year to hold on to your presidential ambitions in check, then you might as well just not be in the system.
Get out of my class.
As I said, Kufone didn't happen. Mami read 2 letters to you. The first one, 22nd June 2007. Now also, by that time, so not in Swaya check out one over 17. Jam there now, no one will reduce it to 5. Am I right?
Yeah. If the number goes beyond 5, there will be a special party to go and vote and reduce the number to
fantastic.
5.
Yes, thank you.
By constitutional amendments.
Yes, that's right. 22nd June 2007. At this point in time, let me be honest with you. So the president was concerned. This statement from Office of the President, Kasulusu. And this statement was issued by DK Osei, our own DK.
Secretary to the President.
Then, also the President, His Excellency John Ajekun Kufuor, on Wednesday, 20th June, met with...
That was my birthday.
Yeah, interesting. Met with MPP executives and ministers of his cabinet who intend to stand for the flag bearer position of the party when nominations open in September in accordance with the NPP party constitution. So September now they will open, but no one started that other.
That was September of 2007.
Yes. The meeting, chaired by the president, was aimed at ensuring effective continuity of government's work and program, whilst also ensuring sufficient space for the ministers to pursue their laudable ambitions. After frank and open discussions, an understanding was reached that the ministers will step aside from government soon after the AU summit to enable them concentrate on their individual efforts to win the party's nomination and also enable government continue with this work without any distraction throughout the hectic period ahead. The president thus accepted their offer to resign and expressed his gratitude for their immense and invaluable contribution to the development of the country during their tenure as ministers. The ministers in turn committed themselves to the continued success of the party and the government of President Kufuor and promised to work hard to ensure that the NPP retained power in the next general elections. No one messed up so much there. The next election they lost.
No.
See, the second letter. That is dated 5th July 2007, 2 days before my birthday, if I may also remind you.
It's a birthday thing, huh?
I'm following Kwame Smith.
Yes.
This was a press release.
Yeah.
Signed by Kojo Impili, Chief of Staff and Minister for Presidential Affairs. Also, His Excellency the President met the following ministers of state aspiring to become the flag bearer of the new patriotic party for the December 2008 presidential elections and accepted their resignations from his government to take effect from the date of approval by Parliament of the ministers designated by him to replace them. Name: FK Owusu Japan, Parliamentary Affairs; Hakman Owusu Ajimai, Water Resources, Works and Housing; Alan Chiramantin, Trade, Industry, Private Sector; Professor Aaron Michael Kwe, Communications; Honorable Dr. Kwame Adokufo, Defense; Honorable Papa Owusu Ankoma, Education, Science and Sports; Nana Dodanko Akufo-Addo, Foreign Affairs, Regional Corporation and AE; Honorable Jake Obicha-Blamte, Minister of Tourism and Diaspora Relations, was not present, but he had tendered in his resignation earlier. The president thanked them and wished all of them well. He advised that the contest among them is within the family and that they should all conduct themselves with civility so that whoever wins will have a total support of the rest. Okay? This premature ejaculation, endure now. If I were the president, honestly, because that statement, that question, is obviously based on some intelligence. Not just because of the noise on social media or mainstream media or some rumor mongering, the rumor mill. Before the president will make that point, as I see radio will further communicate it to the public, or yes, some intelligence report. It's also showing there it could be affecting government work, as implied in Kufuor's letter. It's a one chong will be prematurely ejaculate before even the third year. I'm a mere president. I'll adopt this method.
Fire them.
Get them to resign.
Yeah, Kwame, straight away. Saying reshuffle one.
Get them to resign.
Get them to resign. Be nice. Nice.
From one tea party.
Ended up for me, I can't there were dismissed many year communication be there. Oh, the resignation you can't acquire. It was constructive dismissal. That was a
constructive dismissal.
No official. Me can't there resignation. No, one force no. Yeah, argue one. If you say argument, so he just sent me one this line. It was constructive dismissal.
So they're being disruptive and destructive.
Yes, and somehow I thought he had a point to.
Yeah.
It's Kwame.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense to me.
1 year into his second term.
1 year. Oh no, yeah. It makes it worse. Say a comparative analysis with the first time there. Then it's worse now. I'm not saying there Kufuor second term ni nim Kufuor our interest. Ebi mo wan say anymore.
Yeah.
My mission. To be honest with you, well, I don't know, but when one gets the opportunity to communicate to the old man, there will be more details. Some of the details, no, you're good to put them out.
Yeah, sure.
Enjoy you on it. Well,
if they continue this conduct, should I say misconduct?
It is misconduct.
First year of a second term, there's no sustainable basis for that misconduct.
Kwame,
well,
especially against the backdrop, say the sins of the incumbent, are always so glaring and clear. We have backroom party activity and support to be able to measure up and then neutralize certain effects on the day. It's a critical call.
And my friend Mark says, Kwame, there's a saying, opposition does not win power. Governments rather lose power. That is Mark who sends that. Earlier, I think I saw something from Abeku Newton Ofei, who says opposition parties don't win power from the position of strength and cohesiveness. It is rather the ruling parties that lose power as a result of implosion from needless contestations.
He's right.
Let those with the ears listen with rapt attention. Needless contestations. And as J.H. Mensah says, one check wa brabo. Check wa brabo. Obi are sending me BB. I'll say Happy New Year. Father for all. On the billboard be said David. I leave it there. Now this one says Kweku Bako. Please, when you meet Nana Akufo-Addo, tell him that in Ekuapem Kasa we say Akufo-Addo yet na hoshe dodo. Ope tna hoshe dodo. He should man up and have testicular fortitude. Ekuatutu, we hear you.
Testicular, can you?
He should man up and have testicular fortitude. He should show he should show balls.
No, balls is in Jabron.
Anyway, let me wrap up Azachi. Kabila Medasi, Kweku Bako Medasi, Kingsley Nyako Medasi, and Bernard Alote Jacobs Medasi. Yamin Sham, you all have a good day. Let me wrap up this morning.
Yeah, last one.
Debbie, next week is the last. Hey, next week, yeah, last one.
No, this is my last.
And but let's start doing a petition. For Friday. Fix the country movement here. Go protest to Kokrokoo. What's economic fighters leads away from?
What's a bucket of Korea 5 and Ghana City?
Have a good day if you're within hearing range of my voice. May your day be a winning one. Kofi Kumbelson is next on your radio. Happy birthday to you, Fifi Banson, wherever you are. The next news broadcast is at 12. We are gone for the day. May your day be blessed. Remember to keep your dreams and hopes alive as always. And yes, indeed, it's a tough world out there, but still we rise. And so when you stop to say a prayer, say one for me too. God bless. Good morning.
Boss.
Yes.
Christmas gifts any hampers are not okay say. Ye de beche yen loyal customers. Mrs. Susa yen function marshmallow gifts inside.
Marshmallow gifts. First mature dream patoa. See a de more moye.
Hey, boss. We ye de who say eba hampers, gift cards, gift wrapping, engagement, wedding, personal ni corporate gift sets. Any who wrapping na marshmallow na we ye mano ye fe.
Marshmallow gifts dear. Say one of your masters our gift service muda dada. What on hampers different kinds. And a wow dear cry. Which mean the call no ma wrapper mount. Come on. Our special Plaza 1 a Danamu. Lagos Avenue East Legon.
Wow.
One person be wasted time. I wrap a gift ya manaya tantan basabia. Simple. Now they are share marshmallow gifts and sa no more training need amount. And after one 0550 470 160.
Marshmallow gifts.
Well, wrap gifts no neat.
International Mission, in collaboration with Bureau of Research on Governance, Commerce and Administration, BOCA, under the Global Executive Leadership of the World Diplomatic Federation, present Presidential Globe African Heroes Honors 2021. Day, Wednesday, 29th of December 2021. Venue, Crown Marriott Hotel. Time, 8:30 p.m. prompt. Theme, sustaining the integrity of Ghana through exemplary leadership and holistic discipline. This prestigious honorary award will attract best performing political leaders, diplomats, parliamentarians, ministers, MMDCs, civil servants, religious leaders, industrialists, business mongols, media gurus, celebrities. Since the inception of the Fourth Republic of Ghana, in the era of Rawlings administration, Kufuor administration, Atta Mills administration, Mahama administration,